Check out the amazing floating Honda CRX. We changed the intake 6 months ago. I've never taken the valve covers off. Oh no! Are you kidding me? There is a Honda Heaven. Holy shit. This is only half of them.
Oh my God! Wow!
We are back on the beautiful Honda CRX that I put a giant V8 Chevy in. Also, we airbagged it, made a custom chassis, all kinds of stuff done to it. And I teased it a little bit in the last video. There is a Honda Heaven. It's called CRX Farm. Holy shit. It's about 2 hours away from me in Kansas. And the guy has, I think, 55 or 60 Honda CRXs. He has like 25 other Hondas. He has 10, I think, Del Sols, which is a CRX chassis, but a different body style. And I bought some parts from him a couple weeks ago. We're actually going to go out there. We're going to film. I want to get a good look at everything. I already bought a dash, and then all of my plastics. All the plastics are gone on this one, or they're just broke and bad. And I bought a dash because my dash was already ruined. It was already missing pieces even before I got to it. This car was $400 when I bought it. There was not a lot there, and what was left was not great. But I could have had those shipped. I could just go pick those up. I didn't want to do that. I also want to go down there and start looking at stuff because the back of my car, not only have I changed it a lot, but it was all broken. All the back plastics were essentially already gone on this thing. So I kind of want to see basically how that goes together. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to use any of the back plastic, but I want to see how it is. Like I said, this one was already kind of stripped and broken, so I don't even know what the inside of a CRX is really supposed to look like. So we're going to do that. I also need some door panels. My door panels were in very rough shape, and I can actually still run door panels and a stock dash and all that. So we're going to go pick up the parts we already bought, see what else he has. I'm taking a wad of cash, and depending on what he has, I might go broke and have to find an ATM. But yeah, we're gonna hop in the car right now, go check it out. All right, we are heading to CRX Heaven. I've been driving for an hour and all I've seen is cornfields. It's like the most boring drive I've ever done in my life. It was actually quicker to go this way than go on the highway, but I'm probably gonna go on the highway back just because I'm tired of loopy shit. I could have just been buzzing down a straight highway. I'm later than I want to be. I'm going to get there like an hour before it gets dark. I wanted to get there like 3 p.m. That didn't work out today, but we are going. Also, he's cool with me filming, so I'm going to bring the camera around and get some shots of basically the coolest Honda junkyard in the U.S. At least the only one I've ever heard of. So yeah, let's go, baby. So this guy had me meet him at a gas station, damn near 2 hours from my house, which is fine. I know people don't like giving out, you know, their addresses. The only problem is it's currently 8:10 p.m. It's gonna get dark in 45 minutes, and I've been here at this gas station for 15 minutes. If this ends up being a scam, it's gonna be the most documented scam of all time, because I'm an idiot. But this guy has like 1,000 reviews. There's no way it's a scam. But damn it, if I drove 2 hours away and I got scammed, I'm not gonna be mad. It's gonna be hilarious. I don't fall for scams, but maybe I did this time. The longer I wait, the more I think I got scammed. Holy shit. This is only half of them. The other half are over there. I think I'm gonna spend way too much money. Wow, this is an older one. Dude, that's cool as shit. Dude, I always liked the 89 and 91s. That's like an 86. That thing's badass. Check them out. They even got people that come up here and take the quarter panels off them. Holy shit. This place is fucking awesome. We're gonna go down there in a second. Later model CRXs are down there. What are these over here? Whoa. Look at that view. Holy shit, man. This old girl's been stripped pretty good. Check that blue one over there. Oh, I like this green guy over here. There's a horse. There's this is the third aftermarket bumper I've seen. Just like random aftermarket bumpers. Wow. Ooh, that black one's sweet. Hello, horse. Oh my God, that's a big dog. That's a big dog. She's taller than me. She jumped up earlier, put her paws on my shoulders. I'm 6'1". It's a good dog. Oh shit, there's more down there. I didn't even see those. Wow, look at this black one. Oh, man, this thing is pretty slick, actually. Aftermarket steering wheel and everything. Boy, that one's nice. Ha! I actually tried to buy this blue one from a guy in Kansas City, and he bought it out from under me. Holy shit, I remember this car. Yep. Oh my God, this thing was on Facebook Marketplace for like maybe 12 hours, maybe a day. And I was messaging with a guy back and forth, and he said he had a guy coming from Topeka. And I was like, shit, I had a feeling it was going to be this guy. And it was, and he bought it out from under me. That is hilarious. In case you didn't know, I've been trying to buy a CRX for like 10 years. And they're either crazy expensive or so cheap that they're rotted out. I tried to buy them from him for probably a year before I got mine, but they're worth so much to him because he parts them out that he wouldn't really sell a whole one, which I understand. I didn't understand at the time. I completely understand now. Check this one out. I need door panels. I don't think the rear panels will work on mine, but and it's so nice to have a stock one here to look at because I don't even remember what mine looks like. Mine was already kind of messed up even before I touched it, so I might end up needing more parts than I think I do. I might grab a rear bumper while I'm here. Like, that one's perfect. That one's way better than mine. These are some rougher ones. The nice ones are over there. Let's go over there. Oh my goodness. Whew. Somebody was building crazy horsepower with this. I think PVC is rated at like 2,000 horsepower, so this thing, before it ended up here, was a fucking beast. All right, let's get over the goodies. Here is all the CRXs. Well, the rest of the CRXs. Holy shit. Got a bunch of Del Sols too. My brother-in-law shit his pants. He loves these more than the CRXs. Holy crap. These ones are all pretty damn good. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16 right there. Wow. 30, 34, and I'm not even over there yet. Wow. Holy shit, man. Whoa. These are so badass. Oh, wow. I never seen a wing on one of these I like. I kind of like that one. Look at the painted trim. Wow.
Oh my God! Wow!
Do I like the painted trim? No, maybe I don't. Wait, it definitely don't look bad though. Holy shit. He's got some CRXs, SIs up here too. This one might be an SI actually. No, I was just looking at an SI. Where'd the SI go? Oh, door panels on, oh, no, shit. Wow. That one's an SI. Let's see what the interior looks like in that one. Oh, they say CRX. I see what he means now. He told me it said CRX. I didn't know what he meant. It says it in the door card. I don't care. It's not worth the extra money. I like the regular one. I do want this bumper, though, if you can get it off. And which one? Goddamn, I forgot which one I was looking at earlier. I already got confused. I don't think it was any of these over here. I think it was over there. Yeah, it was that blue one over there. That blue one over there had perfect door panels. I swear I've been here like an hour and feels like I've been here 10 minutes. I've only seen like 10% of the stuff. I want to go through every single car and just grab shit. So it's like the middle of the night. I'm on a random ass road and this train's been going for 20 minutes. Totally not scary. Oh yes, it just ended! All right, thank God. Oh, I was getting the phone out for recording purposes. CRX farm was cool as hell. Could not believe how much stuff was there. I am gonna buy a bunch of other stuff. The only thing is I didn't know exactly what I need just yet in the build. I don't know what interior pieces I can use. I don't know any of that. Also, I didn't know the year. I could have swore this thing was a 90, but I haven't looked at the title in 8 months. And he started looking at parts, and right off the bat he goes, I think you have an 88, and some of that stuff is different. It's not different in the sense that the parts won't work, just some of them won't match the other parts. So if you have a 1990 fender plastic, your 89 plastic will still go on. It's just not going to match the shapes. So what I did was I bought all new plastics front to back so I know they will match. That is a 91 dash. It still should work in this because we're going to end up cutting the living hell out of it anyway. But door panels are a little bit iffy. Those are technically the wrong year door panels. Really nice door panels go for like $300 a piece. He sold me those for $100 each. They're pretty good shape. They're just really not the right year, but most likely we're going to end up modifying those anyway. So I just bought some cheapy ones for now, and then we can build off them if we need to, but got everything. Here's a funny story. I get back, start unloading stuff. There is a huge pile of transmission fluid underneath this car, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't exactly know what happens. I've been driving this thing super easy. I haven't been beating on it at all. I certainly haven't been doing any donuts or like jumping rocks or like going way too fast down my really bumpy alley. First drive might have ended up in a little wreck. That's not great. So it's got to be something small, but I want to dig into that first before we do anything else. So let's find out what's going on there. Okay, bad news. It's coming from somewhere up above that I can't see. It's still leaking pretty good, so I'm probably going to cut a hole in my transmission tunnel. This is a good reason why stuff is just tack welded. I want to see what the hell's going on because I don't know. I also need to unbolt some stuff because I want to try and pull the body off because the beautiful people at Aces EFI hooked your boy up with what is called a Master EFI kit. We're going to put this on the CRX. The main reason I wanted it was for this intake right here. Not only will it be EFI, we're going to gain a bunch of horsepower, but essentially my intake now will be in the front of the engine instead of up at the top where a normal carb will be. It'll be up here now. I don't know if we're going to be able to completely not have a scoop, but we'll be able to modify that scoop or run a much smaller scoop because this, instead of needing to suck from the top, it's going to come out the front. So this should just be squared off. If my measurements are right, it might be a little bit taller. I'm not sure. Whenever I measured it, it was within a half an inch, but it looks a lot taller than the measurements they sent me. So we're going to do some figuring on that. But this will just be like a tunnel ram style, almost like a like a vet, like a 90s vet, and then my intake, or my whatever you want to call it, will be up here at the front. The throttle body will be up the front. It'll be pretty bitchin'. Also, we'll be able to monitor this engine a lot better. I've said it before, but this is a brand new engine, and I really want to keep an eye on stuff, so this is going to be the best way to do it. It has temp sensors, all kinds of stuff like that. All brand new fuel injection, and then we will have a screen where we can look at everything. The only thing that's a little iffy is we need to run an in-tank pump. They make a in-line pump, but they're not very good whenever you have a EFI set up because it builds a lot of pressure. They're just super loud whenever they're on there. So I have a new gas tank coming. Should still fit right in the same spot, and we'll be able to put that drop-in fuel pump in there. So we're going to probably need to start taking stuff off anyway, but right now we need to figure out what the hell is going on with this transmission. So let's cut some shit. Okay, we have some weird stuff going on. First of all, I thought that was a giant crack, and it still might be, but it's right on a casting line, and I can't tell. It doesn't seem like it's a crack, but I'm not sure. Here's the big problem, though. This transmission was overfilled like a gallon of fluid. Now, you would think, well, Casey, you're an idiot. You added a gallon too much. I haven't added transmission fluid in this in a month. So we've been driving it. We've been goofing off with it. It's been in and out of the shop 5 different times. It's been sitting for a month. There was never a puddle. There was never anything. And now there's fluid everywhere. And I just started messing with stuff. I blew air through that vent hole, and probably 2 quarts came out. It's a gallon overfilled. I have no idea. The only thing I can think is maybe my dad was checking it whenever he was messing with the 57 and he thought it was low, but I don't know. I am going to go ahead and pop the pan because now I'm curious. If the case broke, maybe that could throw off fluid. I don't know. I have no idea why it would have so much transmission fluid in it. I just took out, probably a gallon if you consider everything that's out. And it's just now reading full. Oh, it ain't gonna focus. It's like just now reading at a normal level. So that doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's the middle of the night, or I'd call the old man and see if maybe he added some. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead, pop the pan, get a look at it, see what's going on underneath, and then maybe we can get a better idea. I don't know. That's so weird. I was expecting to see a giant problem, and I thought that crack was it, but I think that's just a casting mark. I've picked at it with a screwdriver. It doesn't seem like it's opening up at all. It doesn't seem like it's closing. It just seems like it's a casting mark. So I'm not quite sure. I'm very confused. Let's drop the pan on this. Drop the transmission pan, see what the hell's going on. All right, got the pan dropped. Pan looked perfect, filter looked perfect. I could have technically just put the filter back in there, but been driving a little bit. It's dumb to put a used filter on there, even though it looked brand new. 0 issues, didn't see any problems. I got up under there with a flashlight and looked up. Couldn't see any cracks, couldn't see anything, so that's great. This casting mark is just super rough. Boy, it really looked like a crack. But it's okay. I looked at other pictures of some online. They all just kind of look like that. There's just really rough casting on them, which is fine. I still have no clue how we got so much transmission fluid in this. Like I said, I haven't added any in a month since I've been driving it, so I don't know why it decided to start spilling it out now. I think my dad must have added some. I'll have to talk to him tomorrow. A 700R holds 11 quarts, and 4 of that is inside your torque converter. So in reality, whenever you change like a pan and filter, you should only have 7 quarts out. That's almost 2 gallons. Well, here's the thing. This is a 5-gallon bucket, and it's 2/3 full, and I got at least 2 or 3 quarts on the floor. There's so much on the floor. So, how did we get 5 quarts too much? At least a gallon too much, randomly. Makes no sense. I've been looking. I was like, maybe something breaks and then it releases fluid. No, everything is fine. It should be doing what it is. When it breaks, you'll just see stuff broke. There will be chunks everywhere. It's not like you just gain a bunch of fluid, which I didn't think you could anyway, but I was just scratching my head. So, that's great. That's the best case scenario. That was a very expensive transmission. This motor was like $8,000. This is a 500 horsepower motor. And then we bought the transmission built up because I didn't want to just put like a stock transmission behind it. So that transmission I think will hold, it's a 700 horsepower kit, whatever it was like $3 or $4,000. It was so much money in this stupid thing. But it seems like it's okay. Fluid looks perfect, which is great. So we'll get a new filter tomorrow, get this all buttoned back up. And then I think what I'm going to do is start to work on either the dash. I don't know. Once I get the steering wheel out, I can kind of figure out how the dash is going to go. I could really do it with the steering wheel in. It's just going to be a pain in the ass. But what I want to do is start working on the engine stuff, because I think whenever I get that new engine in there, I can kind of finish up my firewall a little bit better because I'll know exactly where stuff is going to be. And then once the dash is in there, I can definitely close in all the sheet metal work on the inside of that. So tomorrow, after we put the pan back together and basically clean the shop, we start taking some stuff apart. The body needs to come off the frame. I don't know if I want to do that right now, but it might be time to do it anyway. It'd be a lot easier to work on that engine if the body was off the frame. I need to take the body off the chassis so that we can weld everything. All my floor stuff needs welded from the bottom. I still have some stuff on the frame itself that needs welded. I don't know if I'm going to jump into all that in this video, but I don't know. We'll get some parts. We'll come in tomorrow and figure out what the hell we're going to do, I guess. Thank God we don't need a new transmission. Woo! All right, I got my new transmission filter installed. I got the pan all cleaned out, and I got the new gasket put on. I put some RTV on it just to hold it in place. You really don't need the RTV to help it seal, but the RTV can hold the gasket, which is great because these like to move around on you whenever you're trying to put the pan up there. So I usually use enough just to hold the gasket there, so now I can get my bolts in and not worry about them missing. I also did a bunch of reading about my extra transmission fluid. And about the only thing I came up with is if your transmission cooler has a pinhole leak in it somewhere, either from the line or actually in the cooler itself, that will let all the oil drain out of it back into the transmission because it's up higher than the transmission is. So I definitely need to double check these. I haven't seen any leaks or anything up here, but from what I read, it does not take much. If it just has a little bit of a, air leak, that essentially won't hold the oil up here anymore. It'll just start to gradually drain back down. So maybe that's it. I don't think that's enough to be a gallon by any means, but these are pretty big lines, so we got to check that whenever we get everything back together. But for now, let's get this transmission pan up there, and then I think we're going to probably pop the body off. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do yet. I want to get the transmission figured out first. Check it out. I just had to cut it a little bit, not too bad. Full dash. Wow. I was not sure that this was going to work. I thought we were going to basically have to cut it into a million pieces. My other dash was already broke, and I was trying to fit it before, but that was when the motor was back a little bit, and I just ended up cutting it up even more than it already was. But now that we moved the motor up, it actually looks perfect. I think I'm missing some mounts. I can make them, obviously. I can make some dash mounts, but I think there's some little brackets that actually hold it in that I don't have. So I'm going to look for those before I start to make everything. But that is not bad at all. We'll end up putting an aluminum panel here, and then I can run my own gauges. Obviously, stock CRX gauges aren't going to work anymore. And then my key and everything is up under there, and we'll just need to bring it down here where the center console is going to be. That is bitchin'. I think what I'm going to do before I take the whole body off and just start ripping parts off, I think I'm going to double check my plastic pieces that I bought. I want to make sure they're good to go. All this stuff's going to get re-put back on anyway, but I just kind of want to check while it's on one piece, because to pull the body off, I gotta take the front clip off, I gotta take bumpers off, I gotta take all kinds of stuff off. But yeah, let's see how those look first. Oh, these look so good! They're just sitting there, so they're crooked. I didn't want to put the clips in just to pull the clips back out, but that looks perfect. Oh yeah. And then I have the fender ones. I don't know if I have the ones for the quarter panel, so I probably need to get those or find them. But yeah, we'll have factory plastic all the way down. Matches up here. Oh, that makes me happy. I never thought, I build a lot of hot rods, obviously. I never thought 89 Honda CRX would be hard to find parts for. I mean, they are 30 years old at this point, basically, but still, I was like, yeah, it's a Honda. No, some of this shit, they just don't make it anymore, so you have to find used. And if people have like really nice original stuff, it's just the prices are crazy. I mean, I paid $400 for the whole car, and I paid, I think, $200 for this plastic. But that's what it is if you want nice shit, because they just don't make them. Let's start getting this body off. Just in case there's anybody confused, they're going, why are you taking a body off just to change an intake? I needed to take this body off anyway. We got a lot of welding that needs done underneath it, and I want to just button up some stuff. But to take the body off, we got to take some bolts out. I got to take some of my wiring off because that's attached to the frame. I can't even remember what all is attached to the frame. We're gonna have to figure that out here pretty quick. And then if I get everything unbolted and ready to go, tomorrow we can throw a chain on it, pick the body up, and then roll the chassis in and start working on it. I got a lot of shit I gotta take off, so let's get to work. I also went ahead and threw the door panel up there. It's just sitting there. It looks perfect, and look, it matches the dash. Oh, focus, you son of a bitch. Oh, yeah. Cool. All right, let's start taking body parts off. All right, everything is unbolted. The stuff that needed unwired essentially is undone, which there really wasn't that much. I had everything running to my key, and then the only thing I had to do was unbolt the key, and then the ignition could just hang. So that should stay with the car when I lift everything up. The only thing that's left that I can't really undo yet is the air lines. And really, they run down the frame, or they would stay on the frame, except they come right through the floor right there. So I'm going to have to undo those tomorrow, but I'm going to wait until I get it outside. It'll be a lot easier to move, obviously. So we'll air it up, take it outside, and then we'll lift it up with my crane. And whenever I get it outside, I'll undo those airlines. And then we should just be able to pick her straight up and roll the chassis inside, drop the body down there somewhere outside. I tested it with my jack, and it could come up all around, and I didn't see anything binding, which is good. So the last couple times that I had this body off, one, it was 6 months ago, but there wasn't anything there for me to really hurt. Now I'm worried about it. I don't want to lift it up and bend a door or anything like that now that everything's basically ready to go. But I need to do this. This will 100% be the last time this body comes off, which is nice. So whenever it comes back down, I can finish up stuff. I don't have to worry about not welding something or, you know, not doing something because I know the body's off. I won't have to worry about that anymore. I'm going to end up putting sound deadening and heat shield everywhere in this car. I'm going to put it in the doors, firewall, floor. We're going to put it in the roof. We're going to put it everywhere because it'll really help with the little girl. But yeah, we're done for tonight. Tomorrow, body comes off. I'm excited. All right, we got her outside. I still need to undo those lines. I don't know how I'm gonna do that just yet. I tried to wait as long as I could today to try and beat the heat, and naturally I waited too long. It's getting dark. It's still like 95. The older I get, the more I hate the heat, I promise. But let's see if we can't get this body off. Hopefully get it off without hurting anything. We're gonna find out. Check out the amazing floating Honda CRX. Cool. It's going to be so nice to get to the back of that firewall so much easier. Also, check that frame out. That's a nasty little chassis. I kind of like it with the front clip still on. This actually unbolts too. You can unbolt this whole front clip with a couple bolts. We don't need to right now. Sweet. Also, I'm gonna leave it up this high for whenever I weld in here. Make life so much easier. Get in here and reinforce a bunch of this from the back. I got a bunch of like 3/16 plate. I'm gonna plate pretty much everything now that I know everything is cool as far as the drive and stuff. Need to get these inner fenders extended a little bit. Weld some of that to that. Sweet. Cool. All right, let's get this chassis in. I think I have to put air back in it to roll it inside, but we're gonna find out real quick. Yeah, she drags just a little bit. All right, we better air it up. It'll kind of roll, but but not on my uneven-ass concrete, it won't. All right, we got the chassis inside, ready to get worked on. I have probably 2 days worth of welding to do, but I got to get this video done, so I'm not going to jump right into the welding. What I'm going to do is I want to get this intake off, and then we can start getting the new intake on. And whenever I'm doing that, I'm going to pop the headers off because they need welded still. I'm going to get all my spark plugs out of the way. Basically, once all this is out of the way, it'll make welding some of this stuff a lot easier. But I would like to get the intake switched out by the end of this video, so we got to get in here and strip all this and basically make a giant mess. So, yeah, let's start unbolting some shit.
We read motivation to youth song. Mentally feel like Kobe. I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me. I don't care.
I haven't had. We changed the intake 6 months ago. I've never taken the valve covers off. This is a crate engine. Now, it's a crate engine, which you would think obviously nothing will be wrong, but we did buy this like 3 or 4 years ago. It's been sitting around for a while. I think it's been in 3 different cars. So even though it's probably only got 20 miles on the engine, it's kind of an older crate motor, if that makes any sense. Perfect. I wasn't expecting anything, but you're always nervous breaking into an engine. If I was smart and I was gonna troll, I'd pop this intake off and then go, oh my God, and I'll have Richard cut the video right there. Maybe we'll do that right now. Oh no! Are you kidding me? Joking, it looks perfect. I do smell gas. I don't love that, actually. I think that's the times whenever we had our gas dumping down in here. It still smells a little bit like gas, but none of this is gas, so we're good. We cleared it all out. Cool. Boy, these intake gaskets could really be reused, but I don't want to. If we're in here, let's do it. If we're replacing stuff, let's replace stuff. Where did that chunk of rubber just go? Is that in my hand? Yes. Well, I really don't want to dump a bunch of silicone down in my engine. I think I'm going to clog this up real quick, just in case. Sweet. That makes me happy. She's purty. All right, let's keep going. This looks awesome. Very happy with it. It looks so much taller, but it's actually the exact same height, which doesn't make sense. I think I need to measure it again. I'm just gonna get the intake bolted up the rest of the way, and then I wanna get my new valve covers on, and then we'll call her a video. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I left the towel in. I left the towel in. Oh my God. Where's my impact? Oh my God. That's upsetting. I left the towel in. I just looked down the distributor hole and I left the friggin' towel in. I just got these torqued. That's the stuff they cut out of car TV shows. People often ask me, Casey, you work 1,000,000 hours. How do you get so much stuff done? Well, you get a lot of stuff done when you work 1,000,000 hours, but you also make a lot of really stupid mistakes. I guess I would have always found it whenever I put the distributor in. I'm going to see it, but hopefully my gaskets don't stick. Please, I don't want to redo the gaskets. Oh, sweet. All right. Go ahead and get that out of there and blow it out real good and then put this back. Should I put some more gasket sealer on? Probably. You really don't want to put your gaskets on more than once. It doesn't hurt anything, I just don't like to do it. Don't move. Did that just move? No. Okay. I'm gonna do all that again real fast. Check her out. Bop, 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 bop. That looks amazing. Now, I'd measured, and even though it looks crazy tall, it's like a 1/2 inch. It might even be less. Boy, it doesn't look like it though when it's on there. It looks crazy. Now, I will say these valve covers are a little bit higher, I think, than my old ones. A little bit, not too bad, but my firewall hugged those really close, so we'll probably have to do a little bit of adjustment whenever we start to get the body back on, but that's okay. We have so much stuff that needs done. New fuel tank, all new fuel lines, new everything. We're going to have a new distributor, new spark plug wires. We're going to weld up our exhaust. I need those to go into a 4-into-1 because we have to weld in, where is it? We have to weld in a bung because we have O2 sensors now. So I obviously can't just have that coming off of one pipe. It needs to come off all of them. Oh, they gave you lots of O2 bungs apparently. I have plenty. Get out of there, get out of there. Yes, there we go. Brand new O2 sensors. So we'll have to do that. Good news is I already have the 4-into-1s. Those came with the kit I bought. Bad news, my exhaust is nowhere near going into one. They're like basically pointing every other direction right now. So we got a million more things to do and probably 2 days worth of welding, but we got a lot of shit done. Very happy to get the body off. It's been needing to do that for a while, and it's just kind of daunting whenever stuff starts to get close to being finished. You know, there's just so much room for error, but this made this a hell of a lot easier, and now we can button up some stuff that we needed to button up. So cool. I'm extremely happy with how this came out. Somehow it made the motor look even meaner, which kind of crazy to say because it's a mean little motor. You know, it also helps that it's in a very tiny car, but damn, I'm stoked. Also, shout out to CRX Farm. It's not a sponsored anything. He certainly didn't give me anything for free, but he did let me film out there and kind of show off. I mean, I don't know if there's more CRXs in one place in the world. The fact that there's like 60 of them, that's crazy to me. So if anybody out there, you know, has some CRXs and you're building a CRX and you know how tricky it is to find parts, hit up him. He's on Facebook, I think. He's not the most outgoing person when it comes to a business. He doesn't really have Instagram. He barely keeps up with his Facebook page, but shoot him a message. He will get back with you if you need any parts. So check out all that and more. If you got this far in the video, please hit that subscribe button. Helps the channel grow a bunch. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to be back on this baby. We're going to get all the welding done. We're going to get all this engine work buttoned up and hopefully fire her up with her new EFI kit. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good shit they tell you in the end videos, and check out some of my other videos. Peace. I love you.